How can you master the Greek of the New Testament? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you all about how I help people master the Greek of the New Testament using the Mastery membership. Hi, I'm Daryl Burling from Master New Testament Greek. If you're new here, then I encourage you to hit the subscribe button and hit the notify bell, and that way you won't miss out when I release new videos. I release new videos every Wednesday, Pacific time, and so I look forward to sharing those with you. Now, here's the question, right? What if you've never learned Greek before? Do I have to go to seminary to learn Greek? What if you've been to seminary and you want to continue to learn Greek and you're struggling with learning it alone? How do you take that next step? Well, that's what the Mastery membership is all about. It's all about providing you with everything you need, the system, the tools, and help with the habits to take the next step toward mastery of the Greek New Testament. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to walk you through the entire Mastery membership. So you get to see all the different things that are included in it. Now, this isn't the experience of the Mastery membership. To experience the Mastery membership, you really have to be in the community and you really have to be on the calls, because that's where we have the best times working through Greek together. So let me take you through the membership and explain what you get and so on. So let me walk you through what the basics of the Mastery membership are. The first thing you'll notice when you first sign up is you'll get access to the Mastery membership dashboard. This is basically your go-to place for everything in the membership. Now, when you're in here, you'll see there's a welcome video on the left here, and on the right, you'll see the next step. It's always going to be the next step, okay? So the idea of this piece just in here next to them is just to keep the next thing you need to do front and center at the whole time. Now I'm going to come back to that section a little later. Let me take you through the rest of the dashboard. So down here we've got some other membership benefits. So one of the membership benefits we offer is the ability to schedule a one-to-one call. This is an opportunity for you and I just to sit down for 30 minutes together, talk about whatever it is you might happen to need help with. Maybe it's maybe you want to just do some reading together. Maybe you missed a live call and you want to go over the worksheet homework with me. Whatever it is, you can book a call, 30-minute call with me, and just you and I, we can catch up and talk about whatever you want to talk about. So this is a great way of making sure that you're never alone. You're never left out on the edge. You're always able to get some help to learn to read and learn to go through the next steps. So you never get stuck and you're always able to get help. The other thing we have here is the community. The community is right here in the dashboard, so it's very easy to find. You'll also find down here a schedule of all the upcoming courses. These courses really are hybrid live courses. Not only that, but we also have weekly office hours, and these weekly office hours are a great opportunity to meet together and spend time both with me, but also with other members as well. Now down the bottom here we have basically everything else. We have a current weekly call schedule. This way you always know what's going to be on. You also got some handy links here. I find these things are the sorts of things that people need to come back to pretty regularly. And then finally the for reference section. And the for reference section, this is courses you've already completed within the Mastery membership, as well as, from time to time, there's special courses like this planning workshop, which is just a special bonus course that I've put together for members as well. So that's the rough overview of this. Let me just take you through a schedule of upcoming courses. If we click on this button here, it will open a new tab, and you can see here, this is just a kind of a content section. And we have pretty much the same call link for pretty much every beginning Greek course. So as long as you know you've got to be on a call, you can jump on and find the link in lots of different places. Here's the roadmap of courses that are coming out. So January through March, we tend to start these courses. Sometimes I'll start additional courses. April through to June, there's often a new course starting. Again, it depends on the year, what I'm looking at, what I'm focusing on and so on. July through September, we start beginning and intermediate Greek, and then October and December, we start on intermediate and beginning Greek. So again, you can sort of get an idea of what's coming up, and depending on where you're at, then that helps you plan for what you might happen to want to do. These courses in here tend to be a little more advanced, so it expects that you're going to go from beginning Greek to intermediate Greek and then move out into some of these other courses like the one that will be in here as well. And these are kind of 2 to 3 month long courses, fairly short, but again, it's going to deepen your knowledge of Greek in some way. Down here you have the next courses that are going to be taking up, and so we've got a couple of courses coming here. These dates are subject to move, but you can add them to your calendar pretty easily as well just by clicking this button here, and the same with this one as well. Required textbooks. If you're ever interested in knowing what textbooks we have, you can come here and you can just click on whatever link it is you need to purchase those textbooks, and that makes that pretty straightforward as well. And then you can register for a course. So if you're interested in taking a course, you can register for that well in advance. So you can just choose which course you're interested in, what day of the week best suits you, and that helps me with planning as well. The other one I wanted to talk about briefly was weekly office hours. This is another I really love office hours. It's a great opportunity. We get together, we talk about Greek things, nerdy things like that are just really interesting. So here's the current time. Again, it's a different call link, but you can click the link here. You can add these to your calendar and so on. And you can see our schedule. This is kind of the way we work it. In the first week, we have a book call. So we're reading through a book. We've just finished Going Deeper with New Testament Greek by Kostenberger, Merkel, and Plummer. And we're about to start on the Invitation to the Septuagint, which is by Karen Jobes and Moises Silva. And so we get to go through different books related to the Greek language. And we read at a pace where we finish a book roughly every quarter. So we read and then we get together and talk about what we've read. We also have a reading challenge. Each month we take a Greek text and we read through it together and improve our reading of the Greek text together as a result of that. And then we have every fifth week, if we have a fifth week each month, then we kind of have an anything goes, just an open mic kind of thing. So we get to talk about whatever it is. And so you can see here, call link, times, content, all of that sort of thing. Here's our current book, as I mentioned. Here's the reading plan for it, so you always know what needs to be read. You get a link to purchase it wherever you want to go. The reading challenge this month, it's Exodus chapter 32. We've read half of it already. We're going to read another half shortly. But again, it just gives you a clear idea of exactly what's going to be going on. And these office hours, we often talk about all sorts of things. But what these themes give us is just something to rally around so that the time is well spent. So we don't sit there wondering what to talk about. There's always something good to talk about. And these times are really valuable and really well spent. So office hours are a real joy. Let me take you to the community. So the community is built on the Mighty Networks platform, which means it's independent of Facebook. It doesn't have any algorithm. It just shows you the latest stuff that's coming up. And of course, you can sort it based on whatever you feel so inclined to sort it by. Now, up here, we've got some featured posts. These are just things that I've pinned that people need, members need to be aware of right now. And you can click on those very easily to find them. And you can just scroll through and you can see different things that people are posting and commenting on, and responses to those and so on. So in here I also post the office hours recordings. Here's one of these, for the most recent one at least. And so these are just a good opportunity to catch up on anything you might have missed out on. And you don't have to go looking for these in a different location. You can just click on it, view it there, and so on. So that is the community. So let me take you through how Beginning Greek works, just by way of example. So if we click on the link here for Beginning Greek, you can see the whole course list is laid out. You can see every part of it, how it works. You can also see here, I'm actually up to the genitive and dative. So you would have noticed that when I clicked here, it went to my very next lesson. In this case, the genitive and the dative. If I go to the home page though, here's what I see. So here's just an overview. It tells me how long the course takes. It tells you any prerequisite information, the books you might need, and also what sort of work you're going to need to do each week. So what's involved. And I give you a few other things. So you got the workbook, and I've got some other exercises and whatnot that are in there that are helpful as well. So here's the other thing too. These are live courses. So you can see here that these take place at a certain date at a certain time. So this is a group that started in June last year, July last year, and November last year. And they're on different times. And you can add these to your calendars by clicking this link here. And that adds not just one lesson, but the whole series to your calendar. So it's very easy to add that and be reminded of it and so on. And it also gives you the access code to log in using Zoom, which is what we use for these calls as well. Now, if you happen to miss a call, that's what is going on up here. This is the replay for what we did last week. And so in this case, all you do is click on the watch replay button and it's going to pop up with the video and you can watch these later on. Now, the benefit of this really is I want to encourage you to be on the call first and foremost. However, if you miss the call for some reason, we can't make it to every call, these are recorded so you're able to go back to them. Some people follow along and only do the replays. I don't recommend that. It's far better if you're actually on the call. And the reason for that is it simply allows you to ask questions about what you've actually done in your translation, and that way you learn a lot more as well. The other thing about these is that if you're on the calls and you plan to be on the calls, you've got a far higher chance of actually completing beginning Greek, because no matter how good you are at Greek, as you go through this, you're going to feel like you don't really have it down. Even if you don't feel like you've mastered the previous chapter, by continuing on, you're actually going to be able to catch up by just moving through that. And what you tend to find is that, 2 or 3 weeks after after one lesson has taken place, you can go back to that lesson and find that you're actually pretty confident with the concepts in that lesson. So if you plan to be on the call, those calls actually help you keep going with that. So that's the beginning Greek course in a nutshell. That's how it works. And so you can join these as a member of Master New Testament Greek. You can join these whenever you want to. These are just a benefit of being a member. So not only is there beginning Greek, there's also intermediate Greek, and there's also new courses. So I have 2 other types of courses. I have the occasional bonus course I'm just starting to bring out. And on top of that, once a year, I'll be creating a brand new course designed to allow you to go deeper in Greek in some way. So let me take you into a lesson. I can click the continue button here. It's going to take me to my next lesson. And you can see my next lesson here is the genitive and the dative, which is chapter 7 of Mounce's Basics of Biblical Greek. You'll notice here that there is a simple button. You can click the button to add the vocabulary for this lesson to Dropbox or to Google Drive. There's also some guidance around how to use this with the app we use, which is Flashcards Deluxe, which is a really good app for learning vocabulary over a long period of time. You can also see here there's a lesson index, so within the video you can go to whatever section of the video. So if you're interested just in reviewing the noun paradigm, you can go to 9-minute 58-second mark and you can just watch the video that covers that piece. And so this video covers the entirety of this chapter, so you can watch the video and then read the workbook. And in fact, that's what I encourage you to do here. This week's work, read Mounce's Basics of Biblical Greek chapter 7. You might want to watch the video first, then there's some exercises. And so there's vocabulary, of course, to learn. There's a worksheet that I provide for you that's in addition to Mounce's workbook, which is going to help you to master the concepts of that chapter. And then there's, I encourage you to go through and use an app called Pass Greek for practicing your parsing, and then finally go through the workbook. And when you finish doing all of that, click the Mark Complete button to mark that lesson as complete, and it's going to take you to the next lesson automatically. However, before you go on to the next lesson, I encourage you to join the live call. The live call is really to go through the workbook that you've already done the translation for. So once you've done the translation, we go through the workbook together, and any questions you have, anything you don't understand, well, tends to come out in that call, which means you're getting the best of kind of a classroom approach, but also that online, you don't have to leave your home to take up Greek or anything like that. So that's kind of how the live courses work. So I hope you found that helpful. It's taken me a couple of years now to put all this together, and it's been a joy, and I'm really thankful to my members who have provided me with the feedback and the encouragement along the way. And really, the program itself is what it is today because of their needs, their hard work, their thoughts, and all of those kind of things. So I take feedback really seriously and incorporate as much into this membership program as I can to make sure that you have everything you need to keep going. And I've had fantastic feedback on this from members, and you can see a lot of that feedback at masterntgreek.com/membership. If you scroll down, you'll see customer testimonials there. These are only members who are current members. So if people leave the membership, which doesn't actually happen that often, I have 90 to 95% retention rate month on month, so very few members leave. So members love this program, and it's a real blessing to them. So I want to encourage you, if you're interested in learning Greek, if you're interested in maintaining your Greek or developing your Greek, this program, I'm convinced, is the best way to do that outside of seminary. And that's the thing, right? Even inside seminary, you're working with a community. When you leave seminary, you've got no community anymore. Master New Testament Greek provides that for you as well. So anyway, that's an aside. But I want to encourage you, if you're interested in this, go to masterntgreek.com/roadmap, download your roadmap, and that way you'll get an opportunity to ask the question for yourself, is this the right sort of program for me as well? But whatever you do, make sure you're on my mailing list. That way you find out when the program is open, and I keep you up to date with anything that's going on, like including you on videos and things like that as well. So I'm Daryl Burling from Master New Testament Greek. If you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel and hit the notify bell as well so you don't miss out on new videos when they come out. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday when I release a new video. See you then.